Hey everyone. Amanda and I had some scheduling conflicts, and I decided to give myself a mental health week. We've got next week's episode recorded, and I'm in the process of putting it together now. Amanda and I had been reminiscing a lot about this poop elevator story, and upon further investigation, I just realized that's the same episode as my foot amputation story. I didn't even realize. Although it's a more edgy one, I figured this episode is worth a second look. We appreciate you all for being here and checking us out. If you're new, episode 249, the Petty Crime Sample Pack, is a perfect first episode to get a quick taste of what we're about. And for now, enjoy this encore presentation of episode 177, Taking Shit to Another Level. See ya.
Mazda has been named Consumer Reports' safest new car brand. It starts with our approach. Every Mazda comes standard with proactive safety features, so you're more aware of what's around you, more focused on the road ahead, and ready before problems ever start. Mazda, more of what matters most to you. Go to MazdaUSA.com to learn more. Consumer Reports does not endorse or promote any product.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy. Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess. At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards premieres August 5th on FX and Hulu.
Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh.
Larceny. Welcome to Live, Laugh, Larceny, the official podcast for Christines with a K.
Oh my God, yes.
This is Trevin.
And I am Amanda Christine Whitaker Rose. Okay, and yes, Trevin, thank you for bringing this up at the top of this episode. I actually did want to address this, so thank you, because, wow, so important. Do you want to kind of tell it from your lens?
Sure, this intro line is going to be good for maybe like 4 listeners, but on our newish Facebook group, everybody was bonding over the fact that they are all Christines spelt with a K, all spelt the same way.
Oh my God, it was a magical thing to watch unfold on that Facebook group.
It warmed my heart.
Wasn't the post originally saying that you said GIF wrong? Is it that
I believe
post?
that was the same one. It started on everybody hating on me.
Yeah, which that's fine. We have both assaulted people's ears in different ways.
Even though I was right.
But the comments under there was a gal in the group, Christine with a K, and she commented, and then another Christine with a K was like, hey, just hopped on here to say that I like your name. And then later, another Christine with a K was brought in. They're like, found another one.
And then they tagged you and reminded you of your middle name.
They tagged me and they were like, what? Amanda Christine with a K? I commented on there and I was like, Christines with Ks unite.
Yes.
I have to share a very quick personal story. When I first met Jordan, my little hubby of mine, when I first met him, he was just a little skater boy, and I introduced myself as Amanda. Well, my last name wasn't Rose then, but I was like, my name's Amanda Christine Whitaker Hatfield. And I always said Whitaker, like Whitaker. I just always used to say that because I wanted it to be known. It was with a K and not a CH. Anyway, for a long time, he thought like I had 2 middle names. He thought it was Amanda Christine Whitaker, and then Hatfield at the time. So that's just a funny little tidbit. And when he proposed to me, he even said, Amanda Christine Whitaker, will you? And like, I'm telling you guys, it's like a whole inside joke. So Christine's with K's unite. I just can't say it enough.
I'm glad that we've given a safe place for Christine's with K's to gather.
Same. So, Trevin.
Yes.
What is your dreadful dilemma this week?
I have a dreadful dilemma, which I wanted to bring this up in a way, but it actually kind of had a twist.
Oh.
So I like to have nice shoes.
Yeah.
Emily calls them my statement shoes sometimes. I don't know. I just like retro looking shoes that have a little bit of an 80s or 90s flair. And I have been in between shoes for a while trying to figure out what my next pair is going to be, but nothing's really quite caught my eye and nothing's been on sale enough to push me to make a decision.
Okay.
And so I was really having a hard time figuring out what to get because I knew I was going to have to pay full price. I ended up coming across two that I liked on super sale, and I got two pairs for almost the price of one.
No way!
One of them is a really novelty shoe. It's a Puma that is designed to look like a Sony Walkman.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
And then I also got a more plain black and white pair that is the same exact shoe.
So are you what they call a sneakerhead?
I wouldn't say that I'm a sneakerhead. I don't like to collect that many. I just like to have a nice pair, and mine were getting past looking nice to be out in.
Like you wear them to the ground and then you'll get another one. And like you're not the kind of guy that's going to wear them and then shine them up and put them in a case on your wall. That's more of a sneakerhead type.
No, I will say I'm treating myself by getting the Walkman one, but that's just really cool. I didn't think I'd find it cheap. And
Yeah.
I just love things that are audio related.
Yeah.
So I got them too small.
They came too small?
Yeah, and like I have other shoes of that brand. For some reason, that make of that one particularly just doesn't fit my feet very well, so I have to return it. And it's funny enough, you and Emily had this conversation just a little bit ago, and I was like, damn, this was going to be a big part of my dilemma. But now I have to return these puppies. And I just went to the UPS store to return the warranty watch, and that was kind of annoying. But now I have to find a new box for it because my kitty claimed that box.
She peed in it?
No, it was puke.
Oh, God.
So I have to put them in a box, and I've got the little return label, and I've got 30 days to do it. And if I don't do it, I won't get the return. So
Oh, Trevin, that's making me just want to have the nervous shits right now.
my God.
I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that.
I mean, you and Emily were just talking about it. There's just something about, at least for me, and I guess maybe other millennials feel the same way, going to the post office and doing mail stuff.
I hate mailing things. It makes me want to panic. I mean, I don't want to panic. I just do. But I hate mail. I hate mail in general. I hate shipping. I hate it.
I'm more of a female person myself.
That was a good one. Well, that is dreadful. And I hope that you can get those shoes in your size because they are very cool.
Yeah, I want to sport those puppies.
My God. Well, I also have a dreadful dilemma. And I now know what it was like for my parents when they were worried about me when I didn't return their calls when I was in college. Okay.
Oh.
Because they would always tell me, listen here, young lady, just let us know you're alive. Like every 24 hours, I just need to know you're good. Right. And I was a wild thing doing my own life.
My parents had this same problem with me.
Did they?
With not making the call to let them know what's going on.
Yeah, they're like, we need to know you're alive. And now I get it because my parents just went on an Alaskan cruise, and because of their phone provider, every time they turned on their phones to contact us, they were getting all these pop-ups of like, no, you can't because you're out here in Alaska. I don't know. But they were out of the zone and it was going to cost them a bunch of money to contact us. So there were a couple days where I didn't hear from my parents for over 24 hours, which I know for probably many people, that's fine. Not for me and my parents.
No.
I talk to them a lot. I'm very close to them. And I was like, I need to know that they're alive and safe and well.
In my mind, and I don't really know, I would say that you probably have a morning check-in and an evening check-in every day at least with your mom, correct?
Yes. I mean, we don't talk on the phone as often as we used to when I had that normal 8 to 4:30 job because we would talk to each other on the way to work, on the way home, blah, blah, blah. Now it's usually on the way back. And my dad is such a huge part of my everyday routine with the girls.
Oh, yeah. He's the secret third member of this podcast.
He truly is. And I was going to tell you guys because I know Papa Dennis is listening and I know Mom will get there eventually. She's a little behind on episodes, but she'll get there one day. And I just want you both to know you gave me a heart attack when you were on your Alaskan cruise. I was Googling if there had been an Alaskan cruise hit an iceberg. I was texting Molly, our friend, because her parents had been on an Alaskan cruise. And I was like, were you able to contact them? I was freaking out. I even cried in a grocery store parking lot one morning because I was so worried about their asses.
Damn, this has been an emotional week for you.
Trevin's like, I didn't know how deep this ran.
Yeah, I didn't realize the whole time I was texting you and asking for things for the show that you were just crying in grocery store parking lots.
Oh, I was crumbling beneath the scenes. But I was worried because there was a hurricane. 2 of their excursions got canceled. I was like, are they alive? Are they fine? I only got 1 message a day. And actually, on our anniversary, I didn't hear anything, which is so unlike them that my alarm bells were just, I was so stressed. But they're home and they had a great time. And basically, they were like, come on, girl. You don't need to worry about us that much.
Get it together, lady.
Yeah, like I was the worried parent, though, in this situation to my parents.
Wow. Now they kind of feel how you felt back then. And
They're
just
like,
leave
let
me the
us
hell alone.
live.
Yeah.
Let us enjoy our vacation, you stalker.
Old woman.
Well, we are going to be doing a round of 2 truths and a lie this week.
I've got 3 wires. Which one do I cut?
I'll give you 2 truths and a lie.
But wait, we don't have time for this. We are.
And it's my week to go first.
It is. We get to see what you've brought to the table first.
This has been one I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time, as I told you earlier, Trevin. This week, I'm going to be talking about something that I have a really big fear about, and it's not pooping in public.
Damn. Okay, that's where I was going with it.
It's not shipping and mailing. We already talked about that. It's about elevators.
Ooh, I take an elevator every day I go to the office now. I've never had an elevator job until now, and it weirds me out to be on the elevator as often as I do.
Well, you're going to be very weirded out after this episode then.
Oh boy.
So sorry. So are you ready for the statements, Trevin?
Yep.
Okay. Statement number 1. Elevators are responsible for around 100 deaths a year in the U.S. Statement number 2. Elevators in the Shanghai Tower in China hold 3 separate world records. And statement number 3. Elevator music was created in the 1920s to ease the fear of first-time riders.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let my stuttering confuse you.
I always think about that too, and I can't seem to read. For some reason, I'm really thinking it's statement number 1 is the lie.
You have made it to the correct floor in this elevator ride, Trevin.
Ooh, going higher and higher.
Oh my God. You are correct. Statement number 1 is a lie.
Okay, and I think it's because the number is...
Do you think it's higher or lower than 100 deaths in the U.S. a year?
I'll say lower.
It is. It is lower. It's okay, everyone. We don't need to panic as much as we do, okay? Well, as much as I do.
Yeah, I was going to say as much as you do, probably.
I do get scared on elevator rides. I really do. So, the correct statement: in the United States, elevators and escalators are responsible for about 30 deaths and 17,000 injuries each year.
The injuries make sense.
How do you feel that they had to include escalators in that, though?
I don't think that's fair.
I feel like it should have just been about elevators. Like, why?
They're not the same type of mechanism. There's nothing about that makes them relatable besides the fact that they move people from one floor to another.
I know. I don't know why it was included in there, but I had to say that. So the other 2 statements are correct. The Shanghai Tower in China has 149 elevators in it.
Whoa.
Including 3 high-speed models that hold multiple world records. One of the world records is the fastest single-deck elevators. When installed in 2014, these elevators could travel at 18 meters per second, 40 miles per hour.
Damn.
They also have the fastest double-deck elevators. These elevators could travel at 10 meters per second, 22 miles per hour. So double-decker, like, is that what they're saying? Like 2 elevators on top of each other? I'm not quite sure.
I don't know either. I've never been in that big of a building before, I guess.
Yeah, me neither. Also, the third record is they have the tallest elevator. The Nextway elevator in the Shanghai Tower is 578.5 meters, 1,898 feet, 1 inch high, and travels 124 of the tower's 127 stories.
Yikes. I just feel like this building is nothing but tubes and elevators going up and down. Like, is there any room for floors here?
That's a really good question. Look at that.
Oh, it looks like something out of like Superman or something.
But it's really thin and tall. It is just all elevators.
I guess, yeah. What?
With like small little floors?
I need to see the PBS special.
I need to see it too. The third fact, and I thought you would like this because it had to do with music. Elevator music, commonly known as muzak, M-U-Z-A-K, apparently is like the genre that it's called. I didn't even know this was a thing.
No, that's new to me.
It came to use in 1922 with the original purposes to calm the scared passengers who used the elevators for the first time. Since then, the use of this calm, relaxing music became widespread and is today often used in many areas, not just elevators. So shopping malls, grocery stores.
Hotels.
Yes, this type of thing. Airports even. These tunes are purposely made to hold very simple melody and to be unobtrusive and easily looped. It has been proven that some kind of elevator music can psychologically make buyers want to shop and browse items longer and more easily. I guess it associates with that. But I thought that was so insane, that elevator music. They're like, okay, these are the early days of elevators. People are afraid to use these things. We better put a little pleasant tune in here.
Yeah, there's probably plenty of people at that time that thought it was a work of the devil.
Right.
And it's just like, don't be afraid. Do, 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 do,
Yeah, it's like, don't worry about the crazy pulley system. You're gonna live, I tell you.
Yeah, I think that's what I hear when I hear that.
But yeah, they're like, I don't think it was intended for us to climb that many floors with this machinery. People were probably really freaked. I mean, I'm still freaked out.
Yeah.
Imagine the first elevators. Yeah, I'd be scared.
I feel like nowadays you would need to have soft music in the stairs to get people to maybe want to start taking the stairs more.
Right. We need to play like some pop jams in the stairwells.
Yeah, we're the other way around. We're scared taking the stairs now.
Get people active again.
Well, I enjoy learning more about elevators because I do take one all the time now. And I actually went to Emily's work to go drop off some cookies not too long ago.
Yeah.
And my elevator doors at my work open very slowly. And hers are just like super fast. And that throws me off too. I don't like how all the elevators are acting differently.
They're all different. They're all scary in their own way.
Oof. To get away from the scariness of changing floors at quick speeds, let's just talk about some animals.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
I've done many Two Truths and a Lie animal related, and this is just another fun edition of Two Truths and a Lie about animals.
Okay.
Statement number 1. I'm going to butcher this name. Taranaki, New Zealand has a statue of a 14-year-old Jack Russell Terrier who saved 5 children from a burning building. Statement number 2. Over 95% of farm-raised salmon are deaf. Or statement number 3. Raccoons now live in Germany due to important raccoon farms being started for their fur. Hey everyone, I completely misspoke here and said important instead of imported. Even when Amanda reacts to it, I completely miss what she's getting at. Just wanted you all to know that I don't find raccoon farms to be important, and Amanda unfairly lost this week. But hey, the facts are still good.
I feel like the third statement is not real, but it probably is.
So is that what you're locking in?
Oh my God. Trevin, I know this isn't a life or death scenario, but it feels that way to me. I'm going to lock it in with 3 is the lie.
You're wrong.
Oh, no.
That's actually true, but it's even more interesting too.
What in the hell? It sounded like, oh, these important places for this important fur. It just didn't seem real.
Yeah, like why raccoons?
Okay.
So according to DW.com, which I'm not sure what that stands for, raccoons are not native to Germany. Like mink in Britain, the mammals were brought to Europe from North America in the early 20th century for their fur. The cuddly critters were also popular at the time as household pets. The first pair was reportedly set free in Germany in 1934, but the wild raccoon population exploded during the Second World War when a bomb hit a raccoon farm east of Berlin. Many raccoons escaped and began to breed in the wild.
Wow.
So they brought that upon themselves.
Oh my God. That is the most random shit ever.
The lie is, number one, about New Zealand having the statue of the Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh.
He actually did not save 5 children from a burning building. He actually sacrificed himself to save 5 children from being attacked by 2 pit bulls. And I guess the kids were aged between 3 and 12. Yeah, he jumped in the middle of it and saved the kids' lives, so then they made a statue in his honor instead.
Oh, that's so damn beautiful. I guess that did seem pretty unrealistic for a dog to save 5 children from a burning building, but we can always dream.
I mean, it's been a movie, so it would be easy to think that maybe it happened once, right?
Right.
And then the other truth, over 95% of farm-raised salmon are deaf.
Oh my God.
And basically that is because farm salmon have their growth artificially accelerated. And by doing that, it permanently deforms them and leads to deafness.
So they can't even hear us coming. That's so sad. They're just trying to swim around and we just want to grill them right up.
That's our world for you.
Okay, so salmon are deaf. Raccoon fur is important.
In Germany, I guess.
I'm learning lessons left and right about animals, so thank you for that, Trevin.
You're welcome.
And to educate you all about some other great products, here's some ads.
I wrote a little song to remind you, Choice Hotels get you more of the experiences you value. The Cambria Hotel's got it all. A rooftop bar, have a ball. Bring a date, your squad, or even your mom. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy. Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess. At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards premieres August 5th on FX and Hulu.
Hello.
Look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 is now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
We are digital, we are downloadable, we are streamable.
The fashion event of the year is certified fresh.
Pull yourself together, we have work to do.
Critics say it's smart and witty and the perfect sequel.
That's all.
Get runway ready for The Devil Wears Prada 2 on Disney Plus and Hulu. Rated PG-13.
And how about those ads?
I already emptied 1 credit card over that break, and I'll do another on the next.
Okay, Mr. Moneybags. Well, it's time for story time, and it is my week to go first. This is a story from the news, and really, there's not a whole lot I want to say other than I am just very excited for this goofy-ass story.
Oh, man. It's going to be a memorable episode.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah, I've got a feeling as well. So, here we go. A lot of awkward shit can go down in an elevator. These small metal boxes that transport us with a screeching pulley system have unfortunately become just another way we travel, putting us in some tight and uncomfy situations. Perhaps you've had to travel to the top floor of a tall building only to be trapped with an ex.
Hey.
Or someone with extremely potent farts. Even worse, you may have been trapped on a lift with a stranger who wouldn't stop talking to you. How about that weather today? I mean, boy, oh boy, I haven't seen a sunrise like that since I was 6. There is no escape hatch or rescue slide to get out of an elevator. You either finish your ride to completion, get trapped and rescued from the fire department.
We're here to help.
Or the pulley system fails and you plummet to your doom. Okay, that last one might just be my personal fears infesting my writing, but still, it's possible. Today's story, however, isn't about any of these hypothetical situations. This real-life petty crime actually happened in an elevator. So step inside the automatic doors, press your floor's button, and hoped to survive this bumpy ride. Patricia Ann Jameson was your average 49-year-old woman living in Florida in 2013. Like all of us, Patricia possessed both good and bad qualities. She had lips as pink as rose petals and a smile that inspired kindness. Yet, at the same time, she also had 3 outstanding warrants and occasionally got nervous diarrhea when stressed. Patricia wasn't perfect, but she really did try her best to be a good person. It seemed unfair to her that after all her hard work, she kept finding herself in legal trouble. Honestly, Patricia couldn't exactly remember what her current warrants were for, so they must not have been too big of a deal. One of them may have been from the time she proudly walked across the middle of a busy street.
I just love jaywalking.
Another could have been the time she was pulled over for driving far below the legal limit.
Shit!
And who knows, the third could have been from a simple bar brawl where she punched multiple drunks in the face. No matter the precise crimes of her petty past, Patricia was ready to take accountability for her actions, once and for all. Her hands were shaking, and her gut grumbled as she picked up her cell and dialed the number of her defense attorney. Soon after it rang, he picked up.
You've reached the offices of Brick Pringle, criminal defense attorney at law. How can I assist you today?
The attorney said, with too much confidence for being named what he was. Oh, yes, Mr. Pringle? Patricia hesitated on her end of the line. I am Patricia Jameson, and I would like to meet to discuss my current warrants, sir.
Ah, Triple Threat Patricia, with the 3 outstanding warrants. Why don't you come by my office tomorrow at noon to discuss how we're going to get you out of this one? Sounds good? Great.
Before Patricia could agree, the phone conversation had ended on her attorney's side. See you then, she mumbled to herself. She spent her evening organizing her legal documents, eating comfort food, and trying her best to stay zen for tomorrow's meeting with her brazen attorney. After speaking with him earlier, Patricia started to relax about their upcoming encounter. It was clear to her that he enjoyed hearing himself speak more than a chatty podcaster did. There was a good possibility that their upcoming meeting would be entirely handled by him, leaving Patricia to sit back, listen, and try not to look disgusted. It sounded simple enough, easing her tension and allowing her to fall into a gentle sleep. Patricia had slept much longer than she intended, waking up the next day in a panic.
Ah! My meeting is in 45 minutes!
She shouted as she put on her nice pants. She tumbled throughout her house, managing to brush her hair and teeth at the same time. She slipped into her shoes before grabbing her car keys and hitting the road.
Whew! 30 minutes to spare,
Patricia exclaimed into her rearview mirror.
Just in time to grab a quick breakfast.
Her gut grumbled in hunger as she approached a fast food place with breakfast items and pulled into the drive-thru.
Welcome to the nondescript, generic fast food place with breakfast items. What can I get for you today?
Hi, can I please get a basic coffee and a featureless breakfast patty? Thanks. Patricia guzzled down her coffee, waking her up immediately. She finished the last crumbs of her breakfast patty as she pulled into the courthouse parking lot. Taking a peek at herself in the car mirror, she wiped away fast food residue and took a deep breath.
You've got this. There's nothing to be nervous about,
she reassured herself out loud. Patricia walked down the street, leading toward the towering building ahead. Although the road was lined with friendly-looking palm trees that waved as she passed, the courthouse was a frightening end to the road. Standing high above the trees and cut from a dark gray stone, the entrance meant business. As Patricia walked closer, she noticed the large and reflective glass on the building as well. She looked at her reflection and gulped, realizing that a petty criminal stood before her. Stepping into the massive courthouse lobby, Patricia awkwardly approached a help desk attendant.
Hi, I'm looking for Mr. Prick? Ha! I'm sorry,
Mr. Prick Pringle? Yes, his office will be just that way and up to the first floor. You may take the stairs or the elevator.
The informative helper said, as he physically pointed her in the right direction.
Thanks,
Patricia replied sheepishly. Just as she spun around from the help desk, something else started to turn. Patricia's stomach felt like it was swaying and contracting, determined to get everything inside of her out.
Oh no,
Patricia thought.
not the nervous shits.
Her eyes darted around, looking for a way out of the clean and crowded lobby. That's when she spotted the open and empty elevator. She shuffled toward the metal fortress, clenching her teeth and her butthole. Once inside, she repeatedly and quickly pressed the closed door button before undoing her pant buttons. Just as someone started to approach the closing elevator door,
Could you hold that for me?
Patricia backed up into a corner and prayed like her life depended on it.
Please.
Like a miracle, the elevator door finished shutting, allowing Pat to finish pulling down her trousers. She squatted down into the cold corner, knowing she didn't have much time. Regardless of what you call the act, ripping a deuce, dropping anchor, or making fudge, Patricia took a big old dump in that quick elevator ride to the first floor. She collected herself before the elevator door wafted open, allowing Pat and her stench out of the box. Without another stop, she quickly walked to her attorney's office, leaving behind a stink bomb for someone else to defuse. On March 7th, 2013, someone pooped in an elevator at the St. Lucie County Courthouse in Fort Pierce, Florida. According to the St. Lucie County Sheriff, human fecal matter was found in the corner of the left public elevator by the buttons. After the feces were discovered, staff turned to their security footage to find the turd that left it behind. The tapes ultimately led to 49-year-old Patricia Ann Jameson being the last passenger on the elevator before the crappy incident. Security footage allegedly showed Patricia walk into the elevator and appear to pull her pants down while backing up toward the interior elevator buttons. When the elevator arrived on the first floor of the courthouse, footage also allegedly showed the woman adjusting her clothing after stepping off the elevator. Patricia then made her way to her criminal defense attorney's office, where she was later identified. Before the foul crime, Pat had 3 active warrants pending with the county. What the warrants were for wasn't listed in any online articles. Florida Statute 386.041 states that one who causes untreated or improperly treated human waste has created a nuisance injurious to health. Therefore, Patricia was arrested on another charge, this time for nuisances injurious to health. In the end, she ultimately pled to a 60-day jail sentence based on circumstantial evidence. A lot of awkward shit can go down in an elevator, some rides being more stinky than others. Whether you're cramming into a hotel elevator with too much luggage, riding along with a crop-dusting coworker, or traveling alone while panicking inside, I hope all your elevator rides go smoother than this one. And remember, just avoid taking your crap to another level.
Okay, that's a good one. I didn't see that one coming. Like sometimes, we'll take the low-hanging fruit there, but it didn't feel too obvious. It was nice.
Shit to another level, because, the elevator to another level. Yeah, it all ties in. And can I just quickly say, I tried to make this clear. There were very limited articles, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what her warrants were. I made that part clear, but I don't know if the pooping was intentional. I don't know if it was an accident. I don't know why
or if it was
how.
Nervous, like you said.
Right. I have no quotes from the woman. That's why I kind of wrote it in a way that it could have just been an accidental nervous poo.
If I'm understanding how you said it there at the end, she was still at the building when they were able to trace it to her?
Yes.
She actually did go straight to her appointment.
Straight to her appointment. And you guys,
I can't imagine that.
It was only a first floor ride. She didn't have like 27 floors to take, okay? She squatted down, took a quick dump on just a 1-level trip. And then she just went right about her merry way, didn't stop, didn't do anything, just walked right to her attorney's office for the appointment. She signed in on the electric sign-in, and that's how they identified her and found her.
So she obviously probably didn't wipe.
No, No! There's no way she wiped.
She like dropped a shit as quickly as I can sneeze real quick. She's like, okay, I'm on. Let's go. And then in that time, just leaves a steamer right there.
I know. And immediately people saw the poop in the corner by the buttons. Like, at least choose the corner away from the buttons.
I think if you're cutting a muffin in the corner of an elevator in the time to go one floor, I feel like it would have to be a very emergency poo.
That's why I wrote it like that, right?
But I would also think that if you were trying to pull that maneuver on solid ground, you'd be getting backsplash on the back of your pants.
Yeah.
And there would be no way you aren't sitting in that meeting
just stinking to high heavens.
with having some of it on the back of your legs or something and bringing a smell in with you. There's no way.
I know. There is no bidet in that elevator.
No.
There's no TP in that elevator. There's nothing in that elevator that is good for a poop situation. Another side of me, right, is like, yes, maybe it was an emergency, but if you only had to go up one floor...
That's what almost makes me wonder if it was on purpose. If it's just like, why would I need to use the elevator? It was just one floor. I wasn't the shitter.
I could go either way with it. And when I was writing it, I debated, like, I didn't want to do the intentional shit because what if it really was an accident? And then with people hearing their stories lately, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance it wasn't, but still. That's between the turd and its maker. Okay.
But what would you do if you walked into a big courthouse and you had to take the elevator to the first floor and you were like, oh no, I'm about to shit my pants? What would you do?
Oh my gosh.
Just like, would you run back outside to your car? Would you try to find a bathroom?
Try to find a bathroom.
I know. I get it if you're in a big building, and I described this to the best of Google Maps' ability to see this building. It really was like a big, imposing thing on a nice little street with palm trees. I don't know. I feel like I would at least try to find the bathroom. And then if it was like, oh, it's happening, then I would just run outside. If I couldn't find a bathroom, I wouldn't do it in the elevator.
I don't know if any people really relate to me, but I'm not one of those people that have emergencies.
Okay.
Really, I just think my bowels move slowly. So I'm just like, I know when it's coming. I'm not one of those people.
Okay.
I would hate my life if it was me.
I do have times where it's an emergency. Clearly, I've had my issues with it in the past, where I've been like, if I don't get to a bathroom right now, things are going to go south for me. That's why, in my mind, worst case scenario, if you cannot find the bathroom, I would have to just flee. I couldn't stay there.
I would have dropped it in the elevator and then taken the stairs right down and out the door.
Reschedule the appointment.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, if you have no shame and you're fine with it, then go up to the help desk and be like, I accidentally just took a shit in that elevator. I mean, that's really embarrassing to do too.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she didn't really have that much shame to do that.
It's like when you take your kid to the skating rink and they spill their drink and you go up to the front and you're just like, can I have a paper towel?
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for them to find out anyway later.
Exactly.
It's like, do you have a paper towel for my duty?
You could have gone up to the person and be like, listen, I just took a shit in the elevator and I need cleaning materials ASAP.
My God.
I don't know, Trevin.
I think it is fair and nice of you to not make it seem purposeful, but I would love to know the real motive.
I would too. Did you have a vendetta against this courthouse for giving you all those warrants?
And then I got another.
There's so much to it, but that's all the information I had, and that's what I did.
Well, that was a great story, and I knew you were going to an elevator eventually, but it's also a real double whammy of a scary story for you because it's pooping in public and an elevator.
I know.
Wow.
2 of my fears in one. I faced them head on.
I never would have guessed that you were going to converge both.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy. Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess. At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards premieres August 5th on FX and Hulu.
Look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 is now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
We are digital, we are downloadable, we are streamable.
The fashion event of the year is certified fresh.
Pull yourself together. We have work to do.
Critics say it's smart and witty and the perfect sequel.
That's all.
Get runway ready for The Devil Wears Prada 2 on Disney Plus and Hulu. Rated PG-13.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
This week, I have a story that is going to be one that I think we're all going to remember.
Oh, Lordy.
This story will be a trigger warning story. You've maybe heard me mention this story before, not the actual crime itself, but there has been times where I've said, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't think I can do it.
Oh my God, you're doing it?
I'm doing it. I was so on the fence at one point, I almost made it just one that we talked about and didn't actually do a story of it.
What made you change your mind?
I found a way to tell the story in a way that I think is kind of beautiful and just connects everywhere.
Okay.
And there is a trigger warning for everybody who's listening. I will say I consider us kind of a feelings podcast. We don't really have a lot of really mean stuff that we do or anything too bad.
Yeah.
This will have to do with a violent scene. But I will say it's not like hurting an unsuspected person or something like that.
Interesting.
But there will be a violent scene explained, and it is a crime that has violence in it, but I can't really do too much more without spoiling anything. So
okay.
I will say that we have stories that have a lot of nudity in them sometimes.
Yeah.
And because I know that I'm allowed to do this, I might do some more gross sound effects on this one as well, just because this is my chance to do my rated R story. I'm going to do it.
And I don't think we've even mentioned this because we've been recording ahead, obviously, a little bit, but this is spooky month.
Yeah, it's spooky month.
So this is your rated R petty crime story for the spooky month of October. I'll allow it.
Thank you. I think this is a story that has to be told, and it has been living with me for a long time, and I want to share it so bad, so I'm going to.
Okay. And you've all been warned. You can turn back now if you want.
But I don't think you're going to want to. But yeah, definitely not a joke. If you really are squeamish about anything like that, this will have that in it.
Okay.
Never in my 4 years of doing this show did I think I would ever get to a point where I thought I could do this, and I'm doing it.
Oh my God.
So let's just see what happens. And here we go. It's easy to think you're in control, right up until the moment you're not. Even when we change locations, we carry our comfort zones with us, clinging to the familiar like a child to a filthy stuffed animal. We tell ourselves we're taking bold steps, like going on a solo trip, only to lock ourselves away in a hotel room, eating every meal behind a double-locked door. Now, where were we? We attend big conventions, promising we'll meet our favorite celebrity, only to settle for a distant glimpse.
Maybe next time.
Even when the world nudges us towards discomfort, we hesitate at the edge, trembling at the unknown. There's no doubt we'll emerge stronger, more experienced. But my God, it's hard to take that step. Then there are the times when the world doesn't give you a choice. It pushes you straight out of your comfort zone and into something bigger than you ever imagined. That's when the questions start creeping in, doubt gnawing at your confidence, like a cat tricking you into rubbing its belly. Why me, you ask yourself? What makes me the one who's supposed to handle this? Surely someone more capable should be here, someone better suited for the job. But it's never about who's better. It's about you being the one standing in the moment, ready or not. The world doesn't care if you're prepared. It only cares that you're there. Whether it's tackling a project bigger than anything you've ever done, guessing on a tax question that will undoubtedly get you thrown in jail, or needing to ask a stranger for help, the world throws these situations at us daily. It's up to you to decide how much responsibility you avoid. Today, as a writer, I'm going in over my head on the subject of being in over your head. A petty crime of almost unpetty proportions has presented itself to me. And while I may not be the first choice to cover it, I'm the one who must answer the call. But I won't be doing it alone. I'll be taking on this investigation with a fan favorite character from nearly 100 episodes ago. So if you're squeamish, consider this final paragraph the edge of discomfort for you. Because once this story starts, there's no going back.
Hello! You had the Grande Pumpkin Spice Latte with 1 pump of vanilla, 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, non-fat milk, triple shot foam, aged in oak barrel, and topped with a fortune cookie from the Chinese place down the street?
That's it.
Here you go.
There's something about an intricate coffee order that helps a man sift through his complicated feelings. And with everything I've been through in the last few years, there's no shortage of complications in my life. With the plastic straw firmly between my underbite, I suck it easy, feeling the pumpkin-flavored concoction cool my lips. The sweet blend of sugar and caffeine rushes down my throat, kick-starting my system with its first bit of liquid today. With my crime fighter senses heightened, it's now time to begin my patrol. Since we last checked in, I've lost my wife, found Chapel Roan, and relocated to the sprawling metropolis of Willow Springs, Missouri. I promised her I'd never pick up the bottle again, but apparently she also wanted a husband who'd feed our infant.
I can't be the only one who feeds this thing.
Losing Daytona in the divorce was a blow, but my new life isn't half bad. Now I get obscure coffee orders fulfilled, no questions asked. I don't have a woman policing my sugar intake, and the Midwestern meth crimes are a lot tamer than the Floridas.
I'm high and naked.
My days of chasing pizza sauce trails to stolen guns are long behind me, and while that might seem less exciting, there's a lot fewer calls to cherry pick when I don't feel like working. I turn down the main street of my small Ozarks town, my eyes tracing the staggered rooftops of old brick buildings. In front of one of them stands Broomhilda Diane, proudly presenting her melons to attract customers.
They're nice and firm.
I've seen some dedicated folks in my day, but nobody runs a fruit stand quite like Broomhilda. Looks like everything's clear on Main. Time to check with dispatch. I turn the knob of my police cruiser's radio, expecting to hear about a quirky farm animal dilemma or a candy bar theft from the local convenience store.
Oh my god, there's blood everywhere!
Surely someone else will handle that. Whatever it is sounds a bit too heavy for me. Guess I've been cherry-picking my calls here too. Besides, my new radar gun's been calling my name, and Route 60 attracts plenty of speeders. I flick on my blinker, ready to hit the on-ramp to Wow, sorry about that. Hold on just a second. This is the policeman. Yeah? Uh-huh. I didn't think that call was meant for... Wait, you do realize what show this is, right? Fine. I begrudgingly flip my turn signal in the opposite direction, heading toward County Road 3380. Seems the blood everywhere call was meant for me after all. My boss knows all too well about my habit of cherry-picking calls. My pulse throbs through my fingers as I grip the wheel tighter, driving into a future I'd rather not see. I haven't seen blood since the time I skinned my knee playing pickleball with the local Boy Scout troop.
It looks really bad, doesn't it?
And even that made me puke. Now here I am, losing my mind over the thought of a rough day at work, while the guy waiting on me has already lost his feet. My siren wails into the void, harmonizing with the cries of my inner voice, begging for help. My Crown Vic's tires crunch over the gravel drive as I put it in park. I didn't know the address, but I'd recognize that beat-up farm truck anywhere. This was Old Man Corman's place, a known paraplegic with a knack for having an attitude. We've definitely met before. I hesitate in my cruiser, taking in the scene before me. Looks like something out of a movie I have no business being a part of. I should be out chasing marinara and Italian meats, not following blood trails for missing feet. Stepping out of my car, I weave around the fire truck and ambulance. With any luck, they've already cleaned up all the yucky stuff. Just as I round the side of the ambulance, I spot Sydney B., the only paramedic in town who somehow still smiles while elbow deep in someone else's misery. She says it's the podcast she listens to. I say she was an angel long before the first podcast ever played. Please tell me that red stuff in your hands is pizza sauce, I ask, my voice trembling slightly as I realize how strange that sounds. Sydney gives me a grin, the kind that tells me things are worse than I want to know.
Nope, it's vein gravy from the poor bastard back there. Rush hog got him. You know how these go, but something's different with this one.
I stall, hoping to buy time before I see the mess myself. Different how? Sydney wipes her hands on her pants.
The cuts are clean. Too clean for a brush hog. These things usually leave a mangled mess. But I'll tell you what's really weird. He already had 2 tourniquets on it, right when it happened.
2 tourniquets. That's pretty convenient to have on the day of your freak dismemberment, I say to my longtime colleague. She shrugs her shoulders, getting back to her big red mess. Although highly sus, I take comfort in knowing a more controlled amount of blood lies ahead. I make my way toward footless Mr. Corman and his tractor, and before I can even get a good look, my stomach turns. I toss my cookies right onto the footpath meant for first responders.
Hey!
What? There was an entire fortune cookie in that latte I drank, and now it's back. With my stomach now mercifully empty, I push forward. Sure enough, there's Corman, propped up like just another Tuesday, wearing 2 expertly tied tourniquets while he chats with the firefighters. Meanwhile, the paramedics scour the area, clearly looking for his missing feet.
Now where did those walk off to?
I've never been much of an interrogator, but I did play L.A. Noire back in the day. And if that game taught me anything, it's that if you stare at someone long enough after asking a question, they'll start squirming if they're lying. Time to put that theory to the test. What happened here, sir? I barge into the conversation, a little too eager, coming on way too strong for a man missing feet. Old man Corman, unfazed by my lack of subtlety, slaps his knee, blood spurting onto my shoes.
I was just trying to mow the pasture and I slipped. Damn thing's kill switch didn't work and Brush Hog ate my feet. I keep telling your nurses they ain't gonna find my feet. Those Brush Hogs vaporize anything.
Nice try, old man. Although I'm not a fan of nasty stuff, I know enough about Brush Hogs to call his bluff. This is too clean. The puke may have gotten the best of me earlier, but even I know these things make a real mess, and this wasn't it. Time to put his story to the test, even if my interrogation skills are about as sharp as a spoon. With only one shot to crack this case, I channel every ounce of knowledge I gained from my 1.5 years of community college, and ask the most direct, hard-hitting question I could muster. Are you lying? The man turns as white as a ghost. Sure, most of that was blood loss, but I could tell. His goose wasn't cooked yet, but it was definitely getting marinated.
Ever heard of the Florida Man?
He asks, unknowingly striking a nerve. Of course I know the Florida Man. I know him intimately. He is as much inside of me as I am inside of him. And now, even 1,000 miles away in Missouri, I can't escape his touch. We've met, I say, keeping it vague, trying to sound cool but mostly just confusing the situation with poor communication.
My Florida Man friend and I were up late one night chatting on Instant Messenger. The farm hasn't been doing great and there's only so much I can handle on my own. Naturally, the subject of brush hog accidents came up, and wouldn't you know it, we both sent the same message at the same time. Insurance scam.
Yeah, keep singing for me, little birdie, I think to myself, watching the paramedics load old man Corman onto the gurney.
I told him, I've got 2 feet I'm not using, so he brought his hatchet up here and chopped them both off. The tourniquets were my idea to keep myself from kicking the bucket. But now, I see how that's coming off a little sus.
His confession started to unravel into aimless rambling.
I smell muffins.
As Sydney's partner wheeled him toward the ambulance.
Looks like you got your confession. Bit touch and go there for a while, but you got your man.
Sydney says, giving me a light punch on the shoulder. Normally I'd joke about charging her with assaulting an officer, but this time, I've got a better comeback. Not exactly, I say, pausing for effect. He hasn't officially filed the insurance claim yet. He's got the blueprint for fraud, but until it's on paper, all he's really guilty of is a false report. And well, as you can see, he did have an emergency. Sydney just shakes her head with that playful smile.
That's some real shit,
she says, rushing back to haul our footless farmer off to the hospital. Yeah, Sydney, it really is some shit. Sometimes your most gruesome crimes aren't crimes at all. Sometimes you have a baby and can't emotionally connect with it. And no matter how far you run, Florida Man is always lurking behind you. My last misadventure ended under the neon lights of a hip-hop concert. This time it ends on a much more somber note. I may not be shaking my ass to the beats of Megan Thee Stallion, but I find solace in the law's uncertainties, knowing that my new home of Willow Springs is just an hour-and-a-half drive from Chapel Roan's hometown of Willard, Missouri. But one question still remains. Where the hell are Mr. Corman's feet? On November 8th, 2023, first responders in Willow Springs, Missouri, rushed to the scene of a shocking incident. A man in his 60s had lost both his feet in a brush hog accident. When firefighters and paramedics arrived, they found the local man, a known paraplegic, lying beside his tractor, sporting 2 tourniquets, and his feet mysteriously absent. As more clues emerged, the bizarre narrative began to unfold, revealing an insurance scam that could only be concocted in southern Missouri. The scheme had been hatched between the victim and a friend from Florida, who made the trip north wielding a hatchet to help sever his buddy's feet and stage the brush hog accident. However, since the man hadn't formally filled the insurance claim, no fraud had technically taken place, leaving law enforcement with little ground to charge him. They considered the possibility of charging him for making false reports, but discovered that his injuries were so severe that incarcerating him would have proved challenging. Ultimately, the police decided to let the injury serve as a lesson, with no updates on the elusive Florida man. The victim's name was never disclosed, as he faced no criminal charges. As for the severed feet, a relative later discovered them tucked away in a bucket on the property, hidden amid a pile of tires. I've been plumb shocked since I read this story earlier in the year. I've kicked around different ways to tell it, and even considered skipping it altogether. But I thought it'd be fun to get out of my comfort zone and try something new with you. Maybe if you enjoyed this story, it'll inspire you to take a few chances too. Or if I get canceled, well, we'll know that comfort zones exist for a reason. Whatever chances you take, whether you're chasing your dreams or plotting an insurance scam of your own, being out of your comfort zone is part of the process. And sometimes, when you're ready to throw in the towel, it's because you're closer than you think. In fact, you might just be 2 feet away from victory. Literally.
Oh my God. Well, I totally understand your struggle with this whole story and how you wanted to tell it, or if you wanted to tell it. Just to make sure I've got the timeline. Farmer man talks with his guy from Florida. They come up with this insurance scam.
Yeah, he's already wheelchair bound.
So he probably doesn't feel anything in his legs,
No, he does not.
luckily, for his sake. So he's like, oh yeah, let's do this. His friend gets a hatchet, cuts off his feet. He calls 911, right?
Says that he, for some reason, was mowing on his tractor, which I don't want to seem ableist or anything. I don't know if that's a safe or normal thing for a paraplegic person to do with a full tractor. But he says that I guess he had a tractor mowing accident and somehow...
And that's what a brush hog is?
Yeah, a brush hog is, and I was raised around them. It is a flat mower that connects to the back of a tractor and it pulls it and it makes your tractor into a giant mower.
Okay.
They are kind of big and scary. See this orange thing on the back of this tractor?
Okay, yeah, I've seen those.
Underneath that is just like a bunch of blades, like what's underneath a lawnmower. But, you know, a tractor can be so many different things depending on what you connect to it.
Right.
So that's just the lawnmower connector for it, but, you know, much larger than a lawnmower.
Okay.
So he's saying that he somehow had an accident and got his feet cut up underneath them and it took his feet off.
And then before he could even try to get the insurance money, he confessed?
Well, they don't have a whole lot of information on this because it was not a crime and so it wasn't investigated in a certain way. This all came because Willow Springs, small town sheriff's report or whatever, they just put a little bitty press release that just said, this wasn't how we thought it was going to turn out. And then some other news people got a little more information, but they still don't have the guy's name or anything.
Yeah.
But they were able to figure out because he did have his feet already like tied off. And it's just like, well, if your legs don't work, were you already prepared to lose your feet while mowing? Or did you crawl off somewhere and then come back? It just didn't make any sense.
Right. His story was suspicious and wasn't adding up already. Did they say that he came clean that night?
I don't exactly know.
Okay.
They said that it was very obvious from the beginning because just paramedics and fire department came. They were like, this doesn't add up, doesn't make any sense. And they said, bring the police out here too.
Yeah.
And then I know that he was dealing with really bad blood loss. And between the time that he had gotten to the hospital, they had already known. Writing wise, I say that he lost a lot of blood that he just confessed, but it could have been something as simple as like, guy, this doesn't make any sense and we're calling you out. You know what lawnmower blades are like.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got your foot, it would be very dull and it would be gross and mangly. And he's got like these big, clean axe wounds.
Jesus.
And the people are just like, it doesn't work like that. We can't find your feet. And he doesn't even know where they're at because I'm guessing the dude just took his feet and fled.
What the hell?
Because I'm guessing it would have had to have been pretty fresh.
Yeah.
So he had to have been not too far behind.
Did he get caught too?
No, they never said anything about it.
What the hell?
I mean, this thing had everything. We're talking Florida man.
Florida man.
Dismemberment.
Yeah.
Scams.
Yeah.
And then we get the fun twist that I love to do is no crime committed.
Right.
No charges. The most gruesome crime, no charges.
You would have thought that they would have found that Florida man and somehow charged him at least, but that would have been hard to do, especially because the farmer was in on it. Oh man, what a weird crime.
So then the concept of the story started coming together because I really wanted to bring back the detective who doesn't have a name.
Yeah.
Or I guess he was just a police officer, but he talks like a detective. From episode 86, Fueled by Trash Pizza.
Aha! Yes.
I called that story The Maltese Pizza, and it was about the detective who wanted to get to a Megan Thee Stallion concert, but he got called on a break into a car that there was pizza sauce everywhere, and he followed the trail to figure out why that happened. If you have not heard that story, it won't be as good of audio quality as this one, but it was still a pretty wild story. I thought I already wanted to bring that character back, and what better way than to use him as the way of telling the story, because I don't feel comfortable doing the story either, even though, again, it's violent, but it's consensual violence.
Right. I know. It's hard to explain. That's a crazy thing to have happen, and that's not anything we would normally tell, but because it was consensual, it was planned by the guy, he wanted to gain something from it, and he wouldn't technically feel the pain. It's a whole different confusing level.
And that's why I wrote that line, like, I've got 2 feet I'm not using. I'm sure he probably said something kind of similar to it. Way too fishy, gave himself away right off the bat, and he doesn't get arrested.
God. And he gains nothing from it.
Most likely, they'll probably do everything in their power to make sure he has to pay all those medical bills and like to have the insurance not help him. And they had said that his injuries were so severe. If they wanted to incarcerate him, it would have been so hard because they would have had to done the whole like, oh, he's in the hospital. And then when he gets in jail, they have to keep all the medical attention. They're just like, no crime committed, buddy.
Wow. That's wild.
Isn't it?
One of the most gruesome crimes, no charges.
But I love that character. I love telling another noir style story.
He was a good comedic relief.
Yes.
For this kind of story. Damn. And in our home state of all places.
I know.
That is nuts. Well, connections. We both had each other play fast food workers.
And I think that is very good because there was no reason for me to have done it. And
I didn't
really
even have a reason because my gal didn't even say I had some bad fast food beforehand or anything. I just wanted to put it in there.
Yeah, both of our people got upset tummies from the fast food too.
Right.
Mine was a weird coffee order. Yours was a generic, what was it, featureless patty or whatever?
And a coffee.
I love the wording of featureless patty.
Yeah. Yeah, my person just ordered a plain coffee, and yours was a very elaborate coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And also, mine took shit to another level. Yours took shit to another level as far as gruesomeness.
That's true. I don't know if I'll ever get to that level again. That was a once in 177 episodes.
Maybe in the next 177.
Yeah,
maybe.
I could see it being possible.
Wow.
What an episode.
What an episode. I hope everyone is having the best week. Halloween is approaching. We're getting there soon, people.
And you and I were both drinking pumpkin drinks today.
I know.
So don't be surprised if I don't play pumpkin everything at the end of this again, because I don't care if I do it once a year.
Honestly, I think we do need that song because when I was pulling up into the drive-thru the other day with Jordan, I was singing it. I was like, pumpkin everything, pumpkin, pumpkin everything. It's such a bop for this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys are just having the best week. And remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we're all doomed.
Doomed to shit in an elevator.
Bye.
See ya.
If you're ready to take your shit to the next level, come on over to Patreon. We got bonus episodes, ad-free episodes, movie nights, and more. Come on over.
And don't be antisocial like Amanda's parents. Reach out. Find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Threads. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
And where's the weirdest places you've ever pooped? Send them our way. livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And give our show the same rating I would give all the pumpkin everything I'm enjoying this season. 5 stars. Give your reviews on Apple, Spotify, Good Pods, anywhere else you give good words.
Okay, there's a weird bug flying around. That is not a fucking fly like I thought it was.
I saw you swinging something off. But...
Oh my God. I don't know where it went, but it's weird as hell. Okay. It was a fucking mosquito.
I see you. Avatar Fire and Ash is now streaming on Disney+. It's the film critics are calling the best Avatar yet.
Yeah! Go, 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 go!
A true epic and completely jaw-dropping.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
Return to Pandora on Disney+.
It will be an adventure for the whole family.
And watch the Oscar-winning phenomenon at home.
This is sick!
Avatar: Fire and Ash, now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.